Good evening. Uh, this is Joe Lazar, and this will be the first episode of a series of uh, blogging posts that I will be uploading on my YouTube account. I've been planning to do this activity for a long time, or for quite some time already, but for so many reasons, I was not able to pursue uh, this thing. So I hope that starting tonight and successively, I will have a regular time to pre-record, and that would be the setup. I would have to pre-record or pre-taped the session until such time that I would have gained a sufficient number of followers on YouTube, so that YouTube would allow me to conduct or to have a live YouTube streaming. Until then, I would have to do a pre-recorded discussion on the topic that I have uh, selected. And the format would be is that there will be 5 episodes for what I would call as sessions or a season for discussions. And because I am a political science graduate, most of my topic would involve the subject matter that I am very much interested and I would say very much competent to discuss or talk about. So allow me some latitude and leniency as this very short uh, session would cover first my introduction, my background, and why I'm starting this vlogging. And hopefully, I would be able to share with you some very informative and very useful information or knowledge that I believe can help people better understand the complexity of the field we call politics. I graduated in 1997 with a degree of political science at the local university here in Muntinlupa. And I graduated in 1997, so I started working also in the same year, in sometime in November. And my first job, I still remember, was as a kind of document analyst for a BPO company in Mandaluyong. But I did not stay there for long because of the monstrous traffic jam that I had to endure on my way to work and back here in Muntinlupa. And at the time, uh, MRT or MRT Line 3 along EDSA was still being built, and at the same time also the Skyway, the stage one of the Skyway, if you will, was also under construction. So you could just imagine the horror that commuters have to endure during those times. So that I actually spent like 4 hours, 2 hours on my way to work and 2 hours on my way back home every day. So it's like really very tiring. Um, what you call that routine. So that when there was an opportunity to find a work here in Alabang, I immediately grabbed it, and luckily it was a job that I really liked because it involves reading and writing. It's also a BPO company, and at that time BPO were not still as popular as this is today. But the job paid well. But the most important thing that really get me into the job, that made me stay there for 15 years, is that we we call ourselves as abstractors. We get to read various periodicals, books, from the United States, from Britain, from Australia, from New Zealand, basically from most English-speaking countries. And we read articles of newspapers, magazines, and then we summarize it, and then we archive it using the Library of Congress cataloging system. So that actually helped me expand my understanding and my knowledge base, or knowledge stock on the topic that I am very much interested about. So coming from there, I might say that I have sufficient readings, on the subject that I am discussing, or I'm going to discuss, in these sessions. So for 15 years, that was my job. And then, unfortunately, sometime in 2015, the company was no longer profitable and it was experiencing financial difficulties. So that it forced me, or rather, it made me think about pursuing another field or a different path, a career path. And then I ended up, through the encouragement of a friend, to pursue a training on ISO, or International Organization for Standardization, management systems, that is, and engage in that field. And yes, I attended the seminar for like more than a week. And then after probably 3 months, I was given an opportunity to be an apprentice for someone who is already an expert in the field, for a client here in San Pedro Laguna. And from then on, I was able to engage other clients, mainly government agency, because after Duterte came in 2016, there's a lot of government agencies that pursue their ISO certification projects. And I helped, or acted as consultant for DepEd division offices in as far as to the north in Cabarogis in Quirino province, and as far south as Cabadbaran in Agusan del Norte. So until now, I'm still a freelance ISO consultant, uh, with competency in three standards, that is the Quality Management System, the 9001, and the Environmental Management System, the 14001, and the 45001, the Occupational Safety Health Management System, which was before they call it as 18001, or the OSAS. So that's the thing that preoccupies me. But of course, I started also to get involved in 2013 in local politics and helped elect the incumbent mayor of Muntinlupa, which was then challenging the incumbent, and he won. And then, but then, of course, I departed, or rather, I parted ways with them, and then become an independent voice for those who would like to, present, a different voice, or a different view of what's happening, in local politics. Thrice we did in 2016 and 2019 to beat him, the one that won in 2013, but unfortunately we lost. And I am again helping another challenger, but this time he won't be facing the one that we faced in 2016, 2019. Rather, it was another guy who would want to also succeed, but a political ally of the one who won in 2013. So that was kind of a little introduction. I'm 47 years old now, and I think I am not that old, but I'm not that young anymore. So that would be my, I think, my my background, no? And then hopefully I can get your attention. And lastly, uh, I decided to pursue vlogging uh, because I was interviewed about 2 weeks ago by a group of vlogger belonging to the or rather supportive or covering the activities of BBM Sara unit team. And our group in Muntinlupa, Think Muntinlupa, that is a movement that wants or to pursue reformist government, no, in Muntinlupa. And we decided to align with BBM Sara. And during that engagement, when we hosted them to make it official, our alignment with BBM Sara campaign group, I was interviewed by a group of bloggers, and I was surprised because it was a spontaneous interview, but one that has that was that has gotten viral on YouTube. It And then one of the blogger also shared that on a very new Facebook account, and I was impressed because as of 2 days ago, that was 2 weeks ago. The interview was 2 weeks ago, and yesterday I checked on the Facebook, the one that was posted on Facebook. It was like it already garnered 22 more than 22,000 reactions, about 2,000 comments, and it has been viewed more than 200,000 times already. And you could just imagine the audience that such interview of my interview reached. So when that was seen by my wife and friends, they told me that I have the potential to get an audience and be a successful vlogger, and that they also believe that my point of view would be as relevant and probably uh, different as well with most bloggers that they are familiar with. So this is an attempt to try, and let's see how and whether it will work for me. Thank you.